you think, Brian?
I thought there was a lot of good. I thought we had some really nice stretches. It was good to get a circle through some different lineups, see some different combinations that we wanted that you can't always play together in practice. And overall, I was happy with our effort and continued to see some of the things that we need to progress on. I saw some of those things grow. Some of those things didn't grow quite as much, and we now know that those are chances that we have at practice to correct those. But overall, it was a good night. I was happy with how the guys did.
Is there a lineup or combination that you like better than others, or aside from the starting five maybe? Or
not yet. I think we're still circling through that, and obviously need to look at the film, but we got through them all. I think we got where everybody played with everybody else, which again, in practice you try, but when you have to go with two teams, it's not as easy as it is in a game. So I thought it was good to get a chance to see all those guys play, and now obviously we have film at it, and we can not only see which ones we like, but you got to do some different things with different lineups, and now you can start to progress down that line, what works best for different lineups, both sides of the ball too.
Coach, what was that like for you, just being in charge?
It was interesting. It's an exhibition, but to have a chance to coach at your alma mater is pretty cool, and something that I really just tried to focus on the game, like the best you can, and I think for the most part you get pretty caught up in the moment, but it was definitely a special opportunity, and obviously it's been a long time since someone else stood on that sideline, so it was a cool personal moment, but what's important is this team and helping these guys out, so it's not about me being over there right now.
Obviously a big moment for you, as you spoke about there. Do you have any jitters heading into this at all, or?
I think, again, yes, I can't tell you don't. Anytime you do something new for the first time, you're going to, especially, again, some of the magnitude of being at Gonzaga. But, again, I think you get lost in the moment a little bit. You're thinking about the game plan. You're thinking about the opponent in an exhibition game. You're thinking about your own guys and some of the things you're going to do. So I think it was one of those, especially once the game got going, that you're just in a flow and those nerves go away.
You've probably seen those things from Chet, Hunter, and Rasir. No surprise to see some of the plays they made. Highlight reel stuff.
No, not at all. They're talented guys, and we've seen that in their recruitment process. We've obviously seen that this fall, and you touched on all of Hunter's athleticism, his ability to play both sides of the ball, get out in transition, is special. And obviously Chet is such a unique weapon. The way he can score inside, the way he shoots threes, you got to see him bring the ball in transition, the rebounds, the blocks. He just stuffs that stat sheet. And then Rajir, again, has been great all fall. He's an experienced guy, which we need. He's proven it at a high level. He's played almost 100 games at the highest level, and we're going to need that. And I thought Nolan did some really nice things. I was really happy with Nolan for a freshman with his ball pressure. I thought he played composed. I thought he got the ball to the spots it needs to be. I thought all those young guys did. I mean, Caden Perry was fantastic. We got to see some of that athleticism on the glass and protecting the rim and some of those dunks, and then Ben just continues to get more comfortable. So I thought all five of the freshmen did some nice things.
Julian, didn't have much of a role last season at least. He didn't see the floor a lot during the season, but for him to kind of come out tonight, much bigger role. He led the team in points. Just where have you seen him grow, and what do you think of his performance tonight?
He's just been in a consistent growth, I think. Obviously people didn't get to see it last year, but he's a prolific scorer. He proved that at the high school level. And last year, you have Corey, who's a first-team All-American and a first-round draft pick, and Joel kind of at that spot. And it's tough. There wasn't a lot of time to go around, but he continued to develop both in terms of how we play here and understand what we're doing, and then his individual game. And he's brought that into fall camp, and we need that for him. He's a guy that can shoot it. He can really, really get downhill. He's got some size at that position. So I think he's just continued to expand his game and really understands what we're looking for at that spot. Especially early, obviously got us off to a great start, which was huge.
It's different from an operational standpoint on game day with you kind of taking your role that you have now. And is there something that another coach that's kind of taking on the duties that you normally have on game day, or what are you guys kind of doing differently coaching-wise to kind of make the adjustment? Is there anything you do differently next game that you kind of learned from today?
Yeah, I mean, I think the first half of that is just logistically, everybody's going to have a little bit of a different role. So, amongst the staff, they did a great job. They took a bunch of the stuff that I've done, and obviously, Stephen Gentry's unbelievable. He's really, really capable. He's had a big role. Roger does a fantastic job here, has done a great job for us since he got here, and is really helping out. So to have those two guys helping me, and then just kind of being able to move everything to different staff members, like you said, was really helpful, and they did a great job tonight. They were very helpful to me personally and to the guys. I think for next game, from a logistical standpoint, I don't think so right now. I thought we had a pretty good flow. I was actually happy with, I think, how it flowed from a staff perspective. As far as a coaching perspective, obviously each game's new. We got to see what the next opponent brings, kind of game planning wise, and then again, I want to watch the film first, but kind of see what some of those rotations look like, what some of those groupings look like, and then again some of the things that might have worked offensively or defensively that we could do more or less of next Friday.
What's the last game you coached? And whether it's your kids' AAU or going back to
GU inter-squad games
just there you
count?
go.
Yeah, I mean, obviously I had a team at Craziness, and we scrimmage, internally. So I've had, ever since I became an assistant, so the last 9-10 years, whatever we're at, I've coached those teams internally. I think that was probably the head coaching debut in front of a fan base. I did a little bit of AAU stuff when I first left GU here, so that would have been 2005. So a little bit different there, but it's part of what makes this place special, and what makes Coach so good is he gives us a lot of opportunities and a lot of freedom. So you guys see it publicly at Craziness where the assistants get a coach, but at practice we'll do a lot of scrimmages, and he'll supervise both teams, but the assistants get a chance to coach those rosters. So that definitely helped my comfort level tonight.
How did you settle on starters? Was it Martin deciding, or how did you guys come to that?
Yeah, Coach and I, and obviously the whole staff, like we do anytime. There's nothing different there. Obviously, Coach is our leader, and he's going to have a huge input in it, and the assistants based on what we've seen through fall camp. A little bit of just kind of wanting to see what different lineups look like again. Obviously, we changed it at the half, but yeah, that's always a staff decision, and obviously Coach has the biggest say. But again, he's awesome, and we always have input, so it's a group decision like always.
What do you make of the versatility? Guys, almost positionless.
There is a lot of that, and I think that's got to be a gift of this team. We talked about Chet's versatility. I think you guys got to see those guards' versatilities. Rajier, Andrew, Nolan playing on and off the ball. Obviously Hunter getting out in transition, and then especially the way that Anton and Chet and Drew can handle that ball in the perimeter and bring it in transition is something that we've done a lot here in the past. And I think with three guys that can do it, really, once you interchange those lineups, you're still getting that same kind of action that's been so good for us. So I thought it was good, and it's a definite positive. We have to make it one of our biggest positives, I think, this year. But it also makes some of those lineups and different things a little bit tougher because guys are so versatile. You're constantly moving them into different spots, and I think that's going to take a little bit to get used to.
You guys had 11 block shots, and I think four different guys had 2 each, at least 2 each. Drew had 3. Do you think the rim protection can be a real asset for this team? And if you think Drew can kind of add that to his game and make that, I think that's a big aspect of what he does on defense? Yeah,
I think that's a great call. I think it's going to have to be an asset for this team, and I think Drew's better than he gets credit for. Especially last year, he didn't have a lot of options to back him up and dispel him, so he had to be pretty smart with his fouls. And this year we talked about all 5 of those bigs are really, really capable. Drew's a good shot blocker. Anton's a very good defender. Obviously, Chet's a really unique shot blocker, a totally different entity in there. And then Ben and Caden come in, and they fly around. Caden's athleticism's up there with anybody we've had, and he's going to go get it. He's not going to shy away. And Ben Gregg does a great job putting his body on the line, and I think is probably more versatile than people realize. And the thing about Ben is he just makes plays. He comes up with the ball. He had deflections, he had blocks, he had rebounds. And so when you got 5 guys in there, the guys know that they can really give everything they have to protecting the rim. But it's going to be key to how we play this year.
Probably have time for one more question for Coach Michelson.
The rest of the evening left. You gonna pass out candy, or do you do anything for Halloween?
Yeah, I got little kids, so they're probably waiting for me, and they're really, really excited. So we're gonna all get dressed up and go do some trick or treating. So it'll be fun. The kids are excited.
You have a costume picked out?
I do. My wife is having our whole family go as the Sandlot. So this is my first costume ever. Obviously coincided with today, but I'm not a big dress-up guy. But the wife and kids talked me into it this year. So the Sandlot crew.
Which character are you?
I get to be Squints. I didn't have an option. Yeah, these are things when you got little kids, you don't have an option. They tell you what you are. So.
Cool. Grant, kind of playing for that kind of craziness today. It's a pretty packed house.
I mean, ever since I went on that visit my first time here, I mean, it was like an electric experience. I mean, it's nothing like I've ever seen before. And ever since that day, I was just so ready to play in front of these fans. And I mean, obviously last year, like you said, with the COVID issue and all that, it was really disappointing. But to be out here now and to actually get on the court and play in front of them is a special feeling and something I'll never forget.
How long have you been waiting to have an impact like that in the game? Last year, there just wasn't a lot of time. There's guys ahead of you. And how did you get better to make it count today?
I mean, obviously, always waiting, always ready though. And I mean, last year playing with guys like Corey and Joel, I learned a lot from them. You know, just stayed under their wing, learned as much as I could before they got up out of here. And yeah, just got better every day as much as I could. And just always ready though, always ready.
How hard is it going to be for people to earn playing time when you go 10 deep like you guys are? Practices must be pretty competitive.
No, I mean, yeah, we got a bunch of really good guys, and there's a lot of lineup combinations you can throw out there, and we'll be completely fine. So, I mean, we all believe in each other's abilities. We all believe in the coach's decisions, and we know that no matter what lineup is out there, we got a group of guys that'll get it done out there.
What do you think is this team's ceiling defensively? There were 11 block shots, 4 different guys had at least 2 blocks, Drew had 3 of them. You guys are also kind of getting a lot of loose balls, really kind of poke the ball away a lot. What do you think this team can do on that side of the floor?
I mean, it's definitely something we've been harping on during fall camp. I mean, we got a lot of really long, athletic dudes. I mean, you got like KP and Hunter putting their head on the rim whenever they want. And, you know, we got a bunch of guys that can climb into the ball, put immense ball pressure on, get their hands on loose balls. And then, I mean, the shot blocking is great. I mean, you could almost funnel some dudes in there and just let Chet, Caden, Drew, and just beat it up. So, I mean, it's really good. I think we can have a really high ceiling defensively.
So like to see a 7-footer block a shot from under the floor, go coast to coast, behind the back a few times, and lay it in.
Honestly, it's like every time he does it, I still get shots. Because it's like, he'll be in practice, he'll just grab someone's shot out the air. Like, not even block it. Yeah, I'm just going to grab it, and I'm going to go coast to coast and dunk the ball. So, I mean, people say it all the time on social media and stuff, like he's a unicorn. I mean, it's really true because there's nobody like him in the country.
Dylan, what was it like having Brian calling the shots today?
It was really cool because you know, Coach B Mike, he recruited me here, and he's always been my guy while I've been here. So, you know, it's like a proud moment for me almost. You know, seeing B Mike get the opportunity to call the shots and all that. So, you know, I'm just really happy for him. You know, we gave him a little shower in the locker room. You know, I mean, we got a great coaching staff, so I was really happy for him.
Is that a Gatorade shower or a water shower?
We blessed him with the water shower. We didn't do the Gatorade. That would have left the floor a little sticky, so we decided to go with the water.
You had some high praise for you, and just talking about your development. Obviously, talked about it a second ago, but last year, just because of the opportunities, you didn't get a ton to see the floor during the regular season. It's obviously changed now. What would you say? What would you credit for you personally for your own development?
I mean, just really just taking everything in. You know, seizing the opportunity last year. You know, obviously I didn't have that much time to go on the floor. You got all Americans playing in front of you. But just seizing the moment, getting better every day in practice, because there was not a better small forward I can guard in the country last year than Corey Kispert. So there's not a better small forward in the country I could learn from than Corey Kispert. So just learning everything I could from him, and then, you know, those nights, me and B Mike in the gym, just getting better, staying ready, because, you know, you never know what's going to happen during the season. So his thing for me was just always stay ready, stay locked in, and they really believe in me and what I'm capable of. So I just got to give it all back to them.
You were part of a great recruiting class with Jalen and Don. What do you think when you look at this group of 4 guys that are here?
I mean, special. Every last one of them is special in their own ways. And, you know, during practice, everybody just shows flashes. I mean, Nolan's a wizard with the ball. Caden's probably the most athletic 6'10" guy I've ever seen in my entire life. And as we talking about Chase, it's a unicorn. You know, it's just this class is amazing, and they all bring their own different flavors to this team, and we need all those flavors to make our team gel.
You kind of feel for Jalen that he never got this kind of experience like you guys have now.
Yeah, I was just on the phone with him last night, and I was talking about it. I was like, man, like we had a lot of fun last year, but you don't even know. Like, there was so much more fun to have just playing in front of these fans. Like that craziness, that first experience, it was just shocking. Like it almost just felt surreal to just see everybody in there cheering for you. So yeah, I was on the phone with him last night talking about it.
Does he want to get back for a game season? He's got a pretty busy schedule, but he's gonna try to make that.
Yeah, for sure. I mean, obviously, if he could just fit it in, he'll for sure pop out.
Probably have time for one more for Julian.
Halloween? What you doing? I'm gonna ask the question again.
I don't even got a costume for him. I might just because I don't got no costume, I might just have to stay inside. It'd be embarrassing to just pop out in a regular fit, so I'm probably just gonna just stay inside, watch some football, Sunday night football. There we go.
Even in a different uniform.
Yeah, you know, still kind of feeling pretty geeked right now. It's definitely crazy. A whole new setting, whole new, you know, group of guys. You know, but it's a great group of guys. We got a lot of talent, and you know, we got, you know, big things we're trying to accomplish this year.
Chad, what was it like playing for Coach Michelson today?
You know, it was great. I mean, what more could I say? You know, he's coached a lot of our inter-team scrimmages. He coached at Craziness, so it wasn't anything new. You know, he just, you know, wanted us to go out and play, you know, our best game, and he prepared us for that, and he definitely helped us in the flow of the game to do that.
He's telling us it's been a while since he's been head coach in front of a big crowd, especially a crowd like that. So, could you see any jitters from him, or was he all cool?
B-Mike's a pretty confident dude, so, you know, he wasn't, you know, showing too many jitters or anything. So I don't know if there was or not, but, you know, I know he was just as excited as us to get out there.
Where do you think you're at with your kind of understanding of the system here and everything that Gonzaga does with and to the floor? And are you still learning a few things, or are you pretty much caught up at this point?
You know, I don't think the learning ever really ends. When I got here, you know, it was definitely, I wouldn't say a struggle, but it was definitely a challenge. You know, so much being thrown at you. You got to pick it up quick, and I kind of showed up a little bit late from USA basketball, so I was already behind. So, you know, I definitely had a lot of learning to do, and, you know, I still have a lot of learning to accomplish before the season ends. You know, I look to do that and hopefully be playing, you know, best basketball, you know, by Gonzaga standard and, you know, their ways by the end of the season.
What do you make of your freshman class, the other guys, Noah, Hunter, and Cade?
Yeah, you know, it's a great class, great group of dudes. You know, couldn't be, you know, more happy to play with those four guys. You know, Ben, Nolan, Hunter, and KP, you know, they're all very talented, very good, and, you know, they're going to help this team a lot this year.
What do you think of just the rim protection? You guys had 11 blocks, and 4 different guys had at least 2 blocks, and Drew had 3. Do you think that can really be a kind of big asset for this team if a bunch of guys can get up and connect to him?
Yeah, definitely. You know, you got to stop, you know, open threes and layups. So, you know, when you got that rim protection from multiple guys, you know, you don't gotta, you know, try and focus on keeping one person down in the hole all game. You know, it can come from multiple different guys to, you know, go contest a shot late at the rim. And, you know, that's great. You know, KP got crazy athleticism, and, you know, he's hunting those block shots. He's going to get it. So, you know, I know he's got my back. I got his back, and we got everybody's back, including Ben and Drew as well too.
I know you obviously have the top ranking and people know about your game, but do you still think you catch some people a little by surprise when you go behind the back or the length of the floor, those kind of things?
I don't know. You'd have to ask them. I just, you know, try and go out and, you know, do what I need to do to help our team win, and, you know, whatever that might be, whether it's pushing a transition or, you know, looking up and finding open teammates, you know, whatever it might be, I try to do that.
So
being your first game, I mean, albeit an exhibition still, was there anyone, did you talk to anyone before the game or get a phone call from anyone kind of to encourage you or give you any advice or anything like that?
I texted with my parents. You know, they're at home watching the game with some family friends and family, and texted a couple of my coaches. You know, they're just, you know, kind of hyping me up, said it's go time. And, you know, after that, put my phone away and, you know, got ready for the game.
Probably have time for one more for Chet.
What's it been like for you to kind of explore the NIL space? I saw you sign with Nate last week. What's that been like for you? I'm sure you have a lot of different options. How do you kind of manage doing that as well as what you're doing on the court here?
Yeah, you know, thankfully I have, you know, two great parents that, you know, have helped me with that whole process. Couldn't have done it on my own, and, you know, my mom also has a family friend, you know, that's pretty good in that space that helped us, you know, kind of probe it out and figure out what was the best option to go with. And, you know, I understand, you know, I'm an adult and, you know, it's kind of up to me to, you know, be an adult and, you know, do some of these things like NIL and deals and stuff. But at the same time, you know, got to make sure that my focus is locked in on the team and what we're trying to accomplish. So just, you know, making sure that I'm taking advantage of, you know, what I've earned, but, you know, not losing focus of, you know, what's truly important.
Halloween costumes tonight, or are there any Halloween costumes for a 7-footer? Is it hard to find one?
You know, you got to be pretty creative, but no, I left that one till last minute, so I'm gonna have to figure that out.